Morning. I am getting up for the day. I haven't gotten like ready yet, but I'm about to cook some breakfast for myself. And I was thinking I might do a day in the life because I'm doing a lot of things that I don't want to make a full video out of, but it'd be fun to show you, like switching out decor for spring, switching out clothes for spring. And then I'll probably show snippets of a dessert and dinner that I'm making. But yeah, why don't you join me today? I will show you what I'm making for breakfast. Let me turn the camera around. I'm doing lazy scrambled eggs. I'm not like mixing them first. I'm just putting them in the pan. I'm gonna scramble them up and add a little cheese and bacon. I actually am not a huge fan of eggs. I keep trying to make myself like them and I just never really have, but I like them in certain circumstances and I'm realizing I like them okay for breakfast if I have potatoes. So I'm thinking I'm gonna get some frozen hash browns or something that I could like just really quickly microwave and then toss in when I'm doing a scramble. I do, when I'm in the mood, like a fried egg on toast. And I also found a recipe for like a cheesy egg toast thing that you bake in the air fryer. And if I'm in the mood, that's pretty good too. But if I had potatoes, I probably would eat eggs a little more. And then there's my cheesy scrambled eggs. I decided to leave out the bacon when I opened the package and smelled them. I was like, I'm just not really in the mood for a bacony egg this morning. I am going to do my morning journaling and scripture study. If you aren't religious, you can always do like a morning meditation journal, things like that. Then after I eat and do that, I'm going to go finish getting ready, make my bed. I think I've mentioned in previous videos that I leave it kind of folded down for a little while to let it air out. I already did the dishwasher while I was kind of keeping an eye on my eggs. Try to do these kind of like evening and morning routines that just make life easier, because if you put them off, then, you know, you just don't know what's going to happen later in your day. So it's better to just do things as they come up. So that's what I'm doing. And then in about 30 minutes to an hour, my husband will get back from his workout with friends and we're gonna go walk. We have kind of like a lake / reservoir where we live, and we're gonna go walk around there. And then we'll see, because I do have some things I need to do today and I want to take you along, but you just never know what's gonna come up. So hopefully I'll get to be able to show that. I'm kind of disappointed because I had a dinner video last night that I intended to film and show, but we had a funeral in our family this week and last night I was like, you know what, I'm just not up to it. But I really think that you guys would like it. It's a sheet pan curry stir fry. I do make an extra curry sauce for it, just because I think it's yummy that way, but it's good as is. So we just had it, but maybe in a couple weeks or so, when it's been long enough, because I like a lot of variety, I will film that and share it as well. So let me know if like a curry sheet pan stir fry thing sounds like something you'd like. It's really easy. In fact, the way that I do it, I don't even chop a vegetable or anything. It's pretty much a dump and go recipe. So today's recipe is a little more prep, but still sort of a dump and go. So when we get to that, I'll tell you what I'm making for dinner tonight. This is another thing I do. It's really loud, so I'm actually gonna not film here. I optimize time by throwing in loads of laundry when I'm gonna go do something else, and then I rotate when I get back. Things like that just make my day run smoother. All right, I think I hear my husband. Time to go walking. Look. For dinner, I decided a crock pot meal would be a good idea, so I decided to make this. It's called hobo dinner. So if you know, like, those foil campfire dinners or things like that, kind of envision that. And I put foil in half because half is going to cook the sort of meatloaf mixture and the other half will be the potatoes. With meatloaf, you crack some eggs and whisk them up. And then, unfortunately, I didn't notice I was not recording. Once I got the eggs in, I did put in ketchup, seasoned salt, garlic and onion powder, and a little squirt of mustard, but then forgot to record it. I crumbled up a handful of saltines. I think the recipe called for quite a few more, but since my husband's doing keto, I wanted just enough to kind of absorb and make the correct texture, but not so many that would really add a lot of carbs. Then I poured in the egg, ketchup, etc. mixture. And if you've watched my meatloaf video, I gave a tip in there and I tried to follow it even for this one. You don't want to overmix when you have a ground beef like this. You don't want to just stir it. You want to fold and squish gently just until incorporated. Now that the meat half of the hobo dinner is done, I am slicing up some potatoes. You want them thick enough that they don't go completely mushy, but not so thick that they're kind of hard still. So I would say like half to quarter inch, just not very thick. I slid like about half of the potatoes in just so that I could season them as I go. I could have put them in a bowl and done it, but that would have been kind of a waste of a bowl. So I just put in the little bit of garlic, some salt, and a little bit of the melted butter, which you'll see I will repeat with the next layer of potatoes. I don't put the cheese in yet. I save it for the end. That way it doesn't go kind of a weird texture. So I do it about 10 minutes before I want to eat it. Set it for 6 hours just because I wanted to make sure it was running if I was outside. But the recipe, I've changed the notes to say 3 or 4 hours on low. Switching out my floral arrangements, I'll show that. Also, if you've watched past decorating videos, you know I like to switch these. I actually don't even remember what's under there for March. And since I didn't get around to making any new art for February, I may do some for March. I'm gonna check March and April's art just to see what's back there and maybe make something new. But I will be taking all that mantle decor down. And I usually put up some like early spring type decor. So I'll be showing that today. I actually really look forward to it. And if you have watched previous decorating ones, you know that I like to round up. And so whatever month the season changes, man, I'm so shaky today. What is my problem? Whatever month the season starts in, I just start at the first of that month. So I don't wait until it's like officially spring or officially summer or whatever, because I'm impatient and I get excited. And I know where I live, it's going to get cold. We haven't had really hardly any snow, which is really weird for us. We don't get a ton, but we usually get some. So even though yesterday was like 58 degrees and it was still February, I am pretty sure we're gonna get some snow in March and probably some cold days and stuff. So what I usually do, which I showed in the past, I switch out my decor regardless. I get sick of the gray and the gloomy, and I need something exciting and fun to look forward to. So that I do no matter what. For clothes, I do like a partial switch. Start bringing in some of the more spring colors for March and April and May. But because of the weather, I have to still leave out like some sweaters, scarves, warmer clothes. But I just try not to have like my rust colored things or my really heavy stuff, because it's not quite that cold. And I just, I really look forward to having some colors, for each season. I mean, the same thing happens in the fall and winter. I get excited for those colors, you know, for the season. So man, okay. I'm gonna work on my arm muscles or something. And I'm just like, oh, shaking it everywhere. Okay. I'm gonna go get ready and make my bed. And then I will probably show decor swap because, yeah, that would be, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to go do something anyway. And gosh, I just have so many things. I'm excited today. It's been kind of wild, and I may talk a little bit about that later. My energy's starting to come back, which I haven't gone a lot into my health stuff. I might do that on Instagram really, but either way, I'm having some energy again. I have some fun news for me and my family, which I might share and all that. But anyway, I better go do something. So I'm gonna go get ready and make the bed, and I'll see you guys again in a minute. Okay, this is where we get to decisions. Like, I know all the pink has to go, so I'm taking that out. And I will be taking those things down. But these are new, and although I love the basket, I really love these white ceramic things. So I think I'm gonna use the basket elsewhere, but I haven't decided yet. But I would like to, I think I'm gonna go with my purple and pink. I'm gonna see which option I like best for that. And yeah, so that's what I'm gonna work on. Out trimming, we have an apple tree, and so far he hasn't said anything, but sometimes it's more of a two-person job, so I want to be available for that. So I'm going to see what I can accomplish in a little bit. I already did my clothes and started the dinner. I'm trying to pep talk myself for the dessert. It's not like it's that hard, but my husband wanted to take a longer walk today, and I'm just kind of wiped out. So all right, we'll see. I'll show you some of the things I'm doing and see how it all turns out. This is the frosting for my cake. I usually make it first because the frosting doesn't have raw eggs, obviously, so it just saves me having to wash the bowl, because I just scrape it out and then use this bowl to make the cake, because yeah, there's some butter and stuff, but it's not gonna hurt the cake any. If I did it the reverse way and made the cake first, then that would mean I'd have to wash the bowl out because of the eggs. It isn't a very complicated recipe, but this is a from scratch cake recipe. You have to leave these eggs out for 30 minutes before making it. And then it says saucepan, but this one you just heat up until the butter melts. Mix it in with, like you do the eggs first until they're really fluffy. Then add the sugar gradually, then the flour. Then once this is hot and the butter melts in, you pour it in and mix it the rest of the way. The reason you leave the eggs out for this recipe is because if they were cold and the hot butter or milk mixture hit them, it would curdle them instead of blending them. So I'll show a little of that and then the finished product, but I ran out of time. So since I did end up helping with tree trimming, I didn't have as much time as I thought, so I'm not gonna do a full tutorial on the crock pot meal or this, but I may do just a quick one, like a quick overview, and share the recipes that I used if you guys are interested. So here's our slightly thickened eggs. It now says to gradually add sugar, so that's what we'll do. We'll turn it to medium and do that. we beat the flour and baking powder just until incorporated. Then we're gonna pour in the butter and milk. And you don't let it cool first. That's an important thing to note. I usually add a little bit at a time just so that it kind of distributes evenly. There you go. It's pretty similar consistency to other cakes or if you make box cake mix. So it should be fairly thin. In the life almost a week ago because I got it filmed and I had intentions of putting it out, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere my computer died, which kind of a blessing actually, not that it died but that it survived. I did a lot of stuff for the funeral that I mentioned. Thank heavens it did not die in the middle of that. That would have been an absolute nightmare. So it survived that, and then it just gave up the ghost. That was all it could handle. Which that's fine. It was actually my son's, and he let me use it after he upgraded to go to college and got me through. Actually, a lot of these videos would not have happened had I not had that computer. So I did finally get another one, and that is why I'm finally able to finish this video. So it is a little after when I did it, but it doesn't matter too much. So this is not what I did today. This is what I did last week, but that's okay. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know other things. I hopefully will be able to do longer videos on the cooking and baking side. I know that those are usually pretty popular. Same with the organizing. I just ended up doing a day in the life because I wanted to be able to show you guys a couple of things without really doing a full video. And it's a good thing because that made it a lot quicker when I did get the new computer to just kind of put it together. So all right, thanks for joining me. Please leave comments, engage with each other, engage with me. Let's help each other and ideas and things like that.